In this video, we'll show you how to change the rear brake rotors and pads on your Dodge Ram 1500. You can find them on CarParts.com via the link in the description. For safety reasons, we strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Dodge Ram 1500 safely. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Before you start, release the parking brake, otherwise this operation will be impossible. It is now necessary to release the parking brake in order to clear the grip of the drum brake shoes on the disc. You will have to remove the shutter cover located behind the anchor plate with a flathead screwdriver. You can now reach the adjustment mechanism of the brake shoes and retract the brake shoes until the disc is free. Insert a flathead screwdriver into the opening of the brake caliper. Lift it off using the screwdriver as a lever by pulling it towards you. This will cause the piston to retract slightly so that the caliper can be removed more easily for the next steps. With a ratchet and a 10mm socket, unscrew the slide pins. You can also use a wrench to help you. Finish unscrewing by hand. You can now remove the caliper. Using a large flathead screwdriver, pry it out of its slots. You can now place the brake caliper on the leaf springs. Remove the brake pads by prying them out with a flathead screwdriver. Then remove the anti-rattle clips. Using a ratchet and a 21mm socket, unscrew the two holding bolts on the caliper mount. Depending on the state of the bolts on the caliper mount, it may be necessary to use a hammer to loosen them. Remove the caliper mount. Remove the retainer. Sometimes the disc may get stuck on the hub. If this happens, use a hammer to remove it. Finally, remove the disc.
For great content, our best price, and fast shipping, download the CarParts.com app now.
Clean the wheel hub with a wire brush, brake cleaner, and paper towels. You can order the discs and pads kit used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Before installing the new disc, it is vital to clean it using brake cleaner and paper towels to take off the storage paraffin. If your new disc is coated, you can place it directly onto the wheel hub. Put the new brake disc in place. Then put the retainer back in place. Using a wire brush, clean the caliper mount to remove any excess rust that could prevent the pads from sliding. Reassemble the caliper mount by screwing first by hand, then with a ratchet and a 21mm socket to lock them in place. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Get hold of the anti-rattle clips supplied in the kit. Place the new anti-rattle clips on the caliper mount. Grab the new pads and lightly coat the ends with copper grease to help them slide more easily. Insert the new pads into the caliper mount by sliding them in. Press the piston into the brake caliper. Place a used pad in the caliper. Then, using a clamp or brake windback tool, press the piston into the caliper. This step is essential before installing the new pads. As the piston enters the brake caliper, brake fluid will flow back into the brake fluid reservoir. Depending on the original level of the reservoir, make sure that the liquid does not overflow. You need to check the sliding of the brake caliper slide pins and the condition of the caliper slide pin boots. If they look worn, you are advised to replace them with new ones. Put the brake caliper back in place and screw in the slide pins by hand at first. Screw them in using a ratchet and a 10mm socket. You can also use a wrench to help you. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. In case you adjusted the brake shoes to remove the disc, set the mechanism back until there is a slight friction between the brake shoes and the disc. Put the shutter cover back on. Clean the disc with brake cleaner and a cloth to remove the grease from the new pads. You can now repeat the same process on the other side. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your truck back on the ground before properly fixing the wheels in place. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the truck. Attention! Before using your vehicle again, start your truck and pump the brake pedal a few times to push the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 30 miles or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation complete.